Welcome to another episode of Deep Dive into Real Estate by Team Luddy Dillon. This is the place where we simplify real estate for you, one topic at a time. Enjoy.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Deep Dive. So, you're thinking about selling your place.
Specifically, maybe a bungalow.
Yeah, in the Peel region.
Brampton, Caledon, Mississauga.
You know it. And you're wondering, is winter really a bad time to sell?
Right.
Everyone says spring is the time to go, right?
That's the word on the street.
But we're going to deep dive into some articles and market data today.
From Luddy Dillon's real estate team. They're experts in the Peel region.
Since 2007. To see if that's really true. So if you're thinking of buying, selling, or investing in real estate,
give Luddy a call before making any final decisions.
it's great advice. We're part of the team here, and we just want to give you all the info you need to make an educated decision. So yeah, back to winter selling.
It's fascinating, There's this perception that everything stops when it snows.
Yeah, like the market just freezes over.
Right. But the reality, a bit more to it than that.
Okay, you've got me intrigued. Let's unpack this whole winter selling mystery.
Well, let's start with a stat. From the Canadian Real Estate Association, CREA.
For those in the know,
Exactly. Almost 25% of annual home sales happen between December and February.
wait, hold on. 25%. That's a lot more than I would thought. That's like a quarter of all sales
Yeah.
when everyone thinks it's a dead zone.
It's like the market is secretly bustling under the snow.
So it's not the wasteland everyone thinks it is? Why do you think that is? What's going on here?
Well, there are actually some logical advantages to selling in the winter that might
Oh.
explain this trend, and it all comes down to buyers.
Okay, all right, I'm all ears. Lay it on me. What are these so-called winter selling advantages?
The first one is standing out. Think about it. Fewer listings in winter.
Meaning
Your bungalow doesn't have to compete with as many houses.
less competition.
Exactly. In a hot market like Mississauga that's huge, could even end up with multiple offers. Imagine that.
Buyers fighting over my place.
Basically, driving up the price. Not a bad position to be in.
Not bad at all. Yeah. Okay, so less competition, more attention. Got it. But wouldn't people rather house hunt when it's nice out? Like sunny and warm.
You'd think so, right? But you'd be surprised.
Surprised by.
How many serious buyers are out there, even in the middle of winter?
Really? What, are they crazy?
Not at all. Winter buyers often have to move.
Have to.
Yeah.
Like they have no choice.
Maybe a job relocation, lease ending.
Oh, so they're under pressure.
We're talking deadlines, which makes them way more focused on closing a deal quickly.
I see. So these aren't your casual, just browsing kind of shoppers?
Nope. They need a house, and they need it now.
Got it. Less time on the market then.
Less back and forth, smoother sale.
That's appealing. Does it affect the price, though? Do people pay less in the winter?
That's the thing. When buyers are motivated like that, it can influence the price. You might even find that prices hold steadier in the winter.
Because of those eager buyers. Makes sense. So maybe spring isn't the be-all and end-all. I'm starting to see the appeal of a winter sale, especially if I want things to move quickly.
Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. For someone selling a bungalow, specifically, in the Peel region, think about it. Bungalows are already popular, low maintenance, right?
Especially for downsizers.
Yeah.
And young families.
Exactly. But in winter, that low maintenance aspect, it becomes even more appealing. Imagine this. A house that's easy to shovel, easy to keep warm.
Easy to live in. When it's snowing like crazy.
Huge selling point.
Yeah, that's a good point. I hadn't really considered that. Okay, so we've established winter selling might not be so crazy after all. Less competition, motivated buyers, the bungalow bonus. I'm starting to see the light. But let's get practical here. How do you actually make your house shine when it's freezing and everything's kind of dreary outside?
That's the question, right? How do you make it shine? You absolutely can, even in the winter. It's all about playing up those strengths, creating a cozy, inviting atmosphere that buyers are going to fall in love with.
Okay, I like it. Give me those winter staging secrets.
Ah,
Should I be like building snowmen out front, hanging icicle lights?
maybe not that far. But I do have some tips. More practical ones. Curb appeal, still super important even in winter. How your house looks from the street. You want those walkways clear.
Alive.
Snow and ice, of course. Not just for safety, but also first impressions. A well-lit home just looks more inviting.
Good lighting, that's key, for sure. Especially when it gets dark so early. Makes sense. But how do I make it look, less wintry, more appealing?
You actually use the winter season to your advantage. Festive wreath on the door, some nice evergreens flanking the entrance.
I like it.
Those little touches add warmth and charm that really stand out against the snow. Bonus tip, if you have outdoor lighting, swap out those bright white bulbs.
Right.
Warmer ones, softer ones makes a huge difference in creating that cozy ambiance.
Oh, I like that. It's like embracing the season instead of fighting it. Okay, what about inside the house? Turning up the heat, that's a good start, right?
Absolutely. Warm house, happy house, especially when buyers are walking through. But go beyond just cranking the thermostat.
Go beyond.
Yeah.
Meaning,
Think about the senses. Sight, smell, sound.
ooh, getting fancy.
Soft music playing. A subtle scent like cinnamon, vanilla.
Makes it feel like home.
Those little details can make a big impact on how buyers feel in the space.
They can really picture themselves living there.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're creating that warm, inviting atmosphere, even if it's blizzard-like outside. What about the practical things buyers are looking for, in the winter, specifically?
This is where you highlight those energy-efficient features, the ones that are a big plus in the winter.
Like?
Good insulation, newer windows, updated heating system. Point those out.
Showing off.
Exactly. Shows buyers that your house is built to handle the winter.
Yeah.
And keep those heating bills down, which is a big selling point.
Yeah, nobody wants to be freezing their toes off A&D, paying a fortune to heat their home. No, thank you. So let's say a potential buyer braves the cold and comes for a showing. How do I make that a positive experience?
You want them to feel like they could move right in and feel comfortable, even in the middle of winter.
Like it's a cozy haven from the storm.
Exactly. Light the fireplace if you have one, even if it's just electric. Creates instant cozy vibes. Keep the furniture arrangement simple, inviting. You want them to picture themselves relaxing.
Should I offer hot cocoa? Freshly baked cookies? I'm going all out.
You don't have to go that far, but a simple bowl of candies, maybe? Or a basket of fresh fruit?
A nice touch.
The key is being mindful of the little things that make people feel welcomed at home.
Okay, I'm getting the picture.
Yeah.
What about the photos, though? The ones in the online listing. How do you make a house look good when everything outside is brown and white?
That's where professional photography comes in. A good photographer knows how to use lighting, angles, to capture the best features, even in the winter. Sunny days, with the snow sparkling, can actually make for some stunning photos. Or embrace the cozy factor. Showcase how warm and inviting your home looks on a snowy evening.
I love that. The contrast makes it even more appealing somehow.
It's about capturing that essence of comfortable living, no matter the season.
All right, so we've covered curb appeal, interior staging, even photo tips. But there's one big piece of the puzzle missing. Pricing. Does winter affect how I should price my bungalow? Especially in the Peel region. Pricing strategy, right? It's the big one. Feels like a guessing game sometimes, especially when you throw in the whole winter thing.
You're not wrong. Pricing is crucial. And that's where really understanding the local market, it pays off. Big time.
That's what Laddie and the team are here for.
Exactly. They've got the expertise. In the Peel region, we've seen that winter pricing, it can be a bit different than spring or summer.
How so?
Well, there might be fewer comparable sales to look at, and you've got to factor in things like the holiday season, how that impacts buyer behavior.
Makes sense. So how do I make sure I'm pricing my bungalow right? Competitively, but also, not losing out on potential money.
This is where a real estate agent who really knows the Peel region, they're invaluable. They'll look at recent sales in your neighborhood, things like the size, features of your bungalow, any upgrades you've made, and, of course, the current market conditions, including those seasonal trends. This analysis helps you find that sweet spot, a price that's attractive to buyers, but also ensures you're getting the best possible value for your property.
Okay, so it's not just about slapping a number on the listing and hoping for the best. There's a science to it.
There's definitely a strategy involved.
You know what? This whole conversation has got me thinking. We've been talking about selling in the winter, but what about BUYing? Are there advantages to being a winter buyer in the Peel region?
That's a great question, and it's one we get a lot. People can be hesitant to jump into the market when it's cold.
Yeah, makes sense. So let's flip the script. What's in it for the winter BUY?
Well, a lot of those advantages we talked about for sellers, they actually benefit buyers too. Remember how we talked about less competition in the winter?
Fewer listings, right?
Means fewer buyers competing for the same properties. Gives you more options, more negotiating power.
So you're saying I might actually have a better chance of finding my dream bungalow in the winter?
It's possible, and those motivated sellers, they might be more willing to negotiate on price. Especially if they want to close a deal quickly, you could snag a great deal, one you might not find in the spring. when everyone's out there looking.
Less competition, potentially better prices. What else?
You get to see the house in its true form. You can really assess how well it handles the winter. Is the heating system working properly? Are there drafts? How's it insulation?
Things you might not notice on a sunny summer day.
Exactly. It's like a real-life stress test for the house. And let's not forget, winter viewings can be pretty charming. Imagine a cozy bungalow, snow falling outside, a fire crackling. It might just make you fall in love with the place even more.
All right, you're making me want to go house hunting right now, even though it's freezing out there.
Yeah.
This has been so eye-opening. I think we've officially busted the myth that winter is a bad time for real estate.
It's all about understanding the market and using it to your advantage, whether you're buying or selling.
Well said. And speaking of advantages, big shout out to Laddie Tillin and their real estate team in the Peel region.
They've been helping people navigate the market for years.
So if you're thinking of buying or selling,
they're the ones to call.
absolutely. All right, there you have it, folks. We dove deep into the world of winter real estate. And guess what? It's not as scary as it seems. In fact, it might just be the perfect time to find your dream home or sell your current one for a great price. It's all about timing. So until next time.
Happy house hunting.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We will be back with something new and something interesting.